Golden leaves drift through the sky like memories waving soft goodbye. Squirrels dance in leafy hush, gathering dreams in autumn's blush. Crisp breeze hums a lullaby, branches sway and clouds drift by. Every color sings its part, pain and peace across the heart. Wrapped in warmth beneath the moon. Acorns tumble, mossy ground. Footsteps soft, no need for sound. Sunlight flickers through the trees. Time slows down with every breeze. We are still, we are free, rooted deep in memory. We are light, we are air. Autumn holds us everywhere. Falling rain. Wind through branches, soft and slow. Firelight flickers, hearts aglow. You are calm, you are here. Autumn holds you near.
Turn video on.
Hey, hey, hey! It's already started. Got some feedback there. Nadine, you jamming out?
Oh, gee whiz, I'm sorry. I was trying to share out this show because I got my computer going and Bud back off. And I've got the phone. So I was like, oh, let me get this shared out quick. Quick. And yeah, sorry.
It's like, yeah, okay, back off. Love our dog, right?
He's saying hell no.
Shit, I'm practicing my First Amendment right to bark. You can't tell me that this is America.
That's right. That's right.
That's
You
right.
redheaded weirdo. Yeah.
Welcome to the War Room. It's Sunday. Is it still October?
It is.
October 5th. I had to check because I thought it was November for a second. I thought Sunday was November and Monday was December, and then January was Tuesday. So it's just that's how fast time's been rolling for us here at the Truth Train. You gotta keep it moving. So they say time flies when you're having fun. So I'm guessing we're having fun. Got the popcorn kicking.
Yeah.
You got people losing their minds, thinking it's the end of the world. It's the beginning. It's the end of something old and the beginning of something new. And that's really something to be celebrated. I'm really appreciative of this process. It's not the plan, like somebody said in the chat. It's the process. Trust the process, right?
Yeah.
Trust the process. I think it's come together quite nicely. I've never seen this much conversation about things that are, you know, people label conspiracy theories. They don't even have these conversations. 20 years ago, you wouldn't have these conversations on the mass level that we're having right now. Everybody would have just shut you down, right?
Oh,
Oh, let me guess. Oh, you think there was another shooter at the Kennedy assassination? You know, so, you know, it began in Dallas and it's going to end in Dallas, right? At the plaza in the Blue Kachina. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know that the skies were amazingly blue yesterday and today, 2 days in a row. And I laid down on the ground, I looked up and just stared off into the blue. And for a minute, I thought I seen a UFO, but it was just a plane. It was just a plane. Beautiful blue skies, beautiful blue
It was.
skies, wasn't it? So we're looking at the weather. Somebody said, "Man, is there any chemtrails in your area?" Right? You know, Massey said since the government shut down, they hadn't seen any chemtrails, and I haven't either. But we'll see, right? But the skies were beautiful today, yesterday. I looked at the forecast. It looks like it's going to be that way all week. Let me pull up that. Let me show you what we got right here. That's in Houston. How was your day, Nadine?
Oh, it was good. We just went for our walks. The echo is horrible in your computer. Can't do. I might have to start with my phone now.
Do you have another tab open, like Rumble or something playing in the background? That you maybe getting double.
No.
I don't think I do. Are we echoing?
You're not me, but I am good myself.
Oh, you have something else open. I don't know. Make sure you don't have any other tabs.
Yeah, I can hear it echoing down.
So this today when we got up, we all joined in this chat with a bunch of crazy people. It's called the War Room. It's on Telegram. You got to walk in there with your waders on. But this morning we talked about, what was
All
it?
sorts of stuff.
Operation Phoenix, or is it?
Yeah, Operation Phoenix.
Was it Operation Phoenix that we were talking about? So that's what you see with this template here, this marker. You'll see this on the Rumble video. We discussed that. You'll see. So that's what this is about. We shared it with, what's his name? The guy with the gray hair that you shared this morning, David Icke.
Oh yeah, David Icke.
Right.
Yes.
So here's the.
Hey man, the rapture actually happened.
So we're going to get into. Has anyone seen chemtrails in the sky lately? Right.
Someone said they saw it in their area yesterday, but we went out and there was nothing out there.
For the last 6 days, sir, it was visible. This echo sucks. Can you guys put yourself? Is that better? No. I might have to go with the phone because I can't focus with that. Yeah. I'll go out.
All right. Project Phoenix. That's it. I knew it was not we keep saying Operation, but it's not Operation Phoenix. Projecto Phoenix. So if you want to hear more about that, go check out the Rumble channel, the War Room, and you'll see the icon. or this marker thumbnail. There we go. Check it.
It's better.
Hey man, the rap.
We got a lot to talk about tonight. Towards the end, we got a video we're going to play from Cheating, BS1. We're going to play about 20 minutes at the end of that. Then we're going to play the rest of it later because he has a lot of content, a lot of recordings. And so we're working that into the show. We want to get down a little just so that we could do this on a quite regular basis. Come in, lay it down, and tie a little bow on it and walk on off. But we appreciate the work that he's putting in, that time that and the stuff that he has to contribute in the Telegram chats with everyone. We also get to watch somebody go fishing. I don't know if you ever.
It's fun.
He's always fishing.
Johnny Blas says 2 days in a row in Illinois has had bad chemtrails.
Oh, okay.
So in some spots, people are saying they're not seeing any, and some people are. So.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Just.
Someone else said Omega-3 bird said chemtrails today in south of Chicago.
Okay, thank you.
Cheating said no chemtrails there. So yeah, some spots I
Some
guess
spots
are and some aren't.
How about
Do you think they're just hiding something instead of chemtrails?
Yeah, it could be. Could be. Right? There's a lot going. Well, they say there's a lot going on in Chicago, but
New Mexico is beautiful.
What that guy I wanted to play that part when he says that the media is just lying about.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Somebody said echo. I don't. Is there to be a full moon tonight? I'm not seeing it yet.
It is here.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I know it's been out every night. It's more towards the east for me.
There was a delay, so she probably hearing the echo that was a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know chemtrails in Oklahoma today.
Chemtrails in southeast Wisconsin. That's what it said.
Yeah, because here's ours. Here's our little forecast. Let me hold it up. This is what I noticed. Right here we have Houston. You see hardly any clouds. A little bit. It's going to heat up a little bit, 92, and it's going to drop back down. And looks like we're not going to hit 78 until Halloween, or the 303, which is the number I've been seeing a lot lately. But you can just see it. This just, I don't know.
Your bank cannot foreclose on you. Not legally. Not law.
All right, let me get to
Going down rap.
What are the biggest things? Did you know that the Smithsonian?
Oh, we got y'all remember the Haitians and stuff that were eating the chickens and the dogs and then stuff like that? Y'all remember that? Yeah. But nobody actually had proof of any of that taking place?
Right.
Well, this was in New York, I guess here recently, with some chickens.
But Trump just said they're eating the dogs and the cats. That's all.
Right. This came right out. Let me play this real quick. That just fell down. Hold on.
She talks about a lot. What are the big things that she
What the fuck is going on? They got chickens in their hand. They praying with the chickens.
Care for victims or care to protect victims. She says
they doing anything with the chickens.
And, all these people
I don't know what the fuck that is, but they praying with the chicken. A live chicken in their hand. What the fuck?
Anybody know, Danny, and you're in New York, ain't you?
I'm not down there.
Normal? What y'all do? I mean, what's up? I mean,
I'm
trying
not
to
down.
figure out
I'm not down there. I don't like those people. I wouldn't doubt.
What is that though? What is it? Was it?
They look like the Hasidic or the Zionist types in Brooklyn, like Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah. Looks like they went to KFC and got the not the wingless, but the featherless.
They say it's echoing still.
Yeah, I don't know what's echoing. Let me see. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Make sure everything's closed out. Oh, could be this. Let's close that.
All right, is that better?
That should be better.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. If there's any more echo, I really. All right, so we got
she's echoing again because there's a delay. I just hear.
the
Yes,
missus.
Nadine's echoing.
You're echoing.
I'll try to stop. I got everything closed.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Yeah.
What are you doing with this?
Yeah, everything's closed.
Oh, that's what it is. I got you. Hold on. Let me see. I see what's going on over here. Hold on. Let me see. Go ahead and say something. Is she echoing? Oh, Nadine.
Hello?
Is that better?
She sounds
better.
good on my end.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right. Here's a did you know this? You didn't know this. So this is from Shipwreck. Screenshot of it. We got the link for the video. There's another little.
Israel, when you have a baby, you get a check, and then that baby gets a check every month.
She goes on to say the baby gets a check every month till they turn 18. They do that for all the children. And what you don't know about that money comes from your taxes. Every day you go to work, when you receive a paycheck, you look at your taxes, you see deductible. So part of that money is being taken out to make Israelis welfare babies. Now, here's one you didn't know. Israeli settlers, the ones that are in the disputed areas, they don't work. The Israeli government pays them up to $2,000 a month. They don't work. They have free health insurance, free everything. Israeli government does that so that they can populate that region and kick the Palestinians out, right? Where do you think that money comes from? You pay that shit. Your taxes taking care of all them Israelis. So, and if you go to Israel right now, by the way, you don't get free health care. You don't get free health care, but the Israelis do from your tax money. There's a bunch of shit, but anyways, I'm glad if anybody could get my tax money, I'm glad it's Israeli Jews, right?
Israel. When you have a baby, you get a check, and then that baby gets a check every month until it's 18, put into the mother's bank account. It's our tax dollars. Did you know that in Israel, when you have a baby, you get a check?
She got muted.
How about now?
Good.
Yeah, Nadine, you're still
If
echoing.
she's echoing. Do you have anything turned up around you, like a TV or something you're listening to the show on?
No, I turn off everything except for the dog.
All right. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it's echoing bad. I don't know why.
You hear it on your end?
Yeah. Not when we can't hear her, but on my other thing, I can hear her through the show.
All right.
It's echoing.
Do you want me to leave and come back?
No, just mute. Just mute.
I-
All right. So this is this congressman realizes that his voters know that he is bribed by Israel in real time. The tides are shifting. Tides are shifting.
Children in Gaza. What are you doing?
Taking money from APAC with respect. That's something.
What are you doing about the starving children in Gaza? What are you doing?
Taking money from APAC with respect. That's something that is infiltrated our government.
APAC money.
Watch Congressman Jake Auchincloss discover in real time that his voters know he's bought and paid for by the Israeli lobby.
I wondered whether if you had not accepted APAC money, whether you'd change your feeling about speaking about Israel-Palestine.
I think we as citizens and as policymakers have to hold in our heads competing convictions and ideas.
Me personally, I'm concerned with APAC, and I was just wondering if you particularly or anyone you know of has any plans to try to reduce this problem.
What are you doing to prevent the use of our taxes to starve and kill people in Gaza?
Yeah,
You were elected by us.
I've addressed Israel and Gaza now on, I think, 3 separate occasions, so we're going to keep moving on.
So I know you don't really want to take any more questions about Gaza, but I'm going to ask you to think about it.
Starvation is not what my tax dollars should go to.
I hear the sense of emotional urgency behind Gaza. I've addressed that issue. I'm not going to continue to address the issue.
I want to know, aside from taking money from APAC with respect, that's something that is infiltrated our government.
What are you going to do?
What do you plan to do to end the killing of Palestinians in Gaza while they are trying to access food?
I've addressed the Gaza issue on numerous times.
So you don't plan to do anything to end the killing of Palestinians?
Do you believe killing children and civilians in the name of strategic defense is ever justified? Yes or no?
A somewhat related question. I want to make clear I'm a lifetime Democrat, and I will probably continue to be. But I also feel that all 3 branches of our government are betraying the people of the United States right now.
We couldn't see the video.
Yeah, you gotta tell me when I'm playing the video that you can't see the video, not when it's over.
Yeah.
I got 2 people watching the screen, and
That's my bad. Sorry.
Miss Sheepdog, she dropped the ball on me over here too. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I looked. We all 3 of us. It's all good. We'll play it again. Y'all heard it, right? We'll play the video. Let me play the video. Let's go to.
There's something happening tonight where everything's like, hello, you're not going to have a normal show.
It's going to be a smooth sell, buddy.
Yeah, they're saying you're still echoing bad. I don't know what that is. It's weird.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
What are you doing about the starving children in Gaza?
Hold on. Let me mute again. All right.
What are you doing?
Taking money from APAC with respect. That's something that is infiltrated our government.
APAC money.
Watch Congressman Jake Auchincloss discover in real time that his voters know he's bought and paid for by the Israeli lobby.
I wondered whether if
Who puts the whole round part in your mouth like that when you take a drink? Is he nervous?
Looks like
He's got the whole thing in his mouth.
That's
You
the
had
guy
not
I like guys.
Oh Lord, let me mute.
accepted APAC money, whether you'd change your feeling about speaking about Israel-Palestine.
I think we as citizens and as policymakers have to hold in our heads competing convictions and ideas.
Me personally, I'm concerned with APAC, and I was just wondering if you particularly or anyone you know of has any plans to try to reduce this problem.
What are you doing to prevent the use of our taxes to starve and kill people in Gaza?
You were elected by us.
I've addressed Israel and Gaza now on, I think, 3 separate occasions, so we're going to keep moving on.
So I know you don't really want to take any more questions about Gaza, but I'm going to ask you to think about it. Starvation is not what my tax dollars should go to.
So I hear the sense of emotional urgency behind Gaza. I've addressed that issue. I'm not going to continue to address the issue.
I want to know, aside from taking money from APAC, with respect, that's something that is infiltrated our government.
What are you going to do? What do you plan to do to end the killing of Palestinians in Gaza while they are trying to access food?
I've addressed the Gaza issue on numerous times.
So you don't plan to do anything to end the killing of Palestinians?
Do you believe killing children and civilians in the name of strategic defense is ever justified? Yes or no?
A somewhat related question. I want to make clear I'm a lifetime Democrat, and I will probably continue to be. But I also feel that all 3 branches of our government are betraying the people of the United States right now.
All right. Shit's getting a little deep. What right there, wasn't it?
Yep.
Tab here. Share. All right. All right. So we did this one. All right. Today we had a South Carolina judge, Diana Goodstein's home is burning to the ground after an apparent explosion. All right. All right. Here, let me play some of these videos. Go back up this way. All right. So the government is shut down, right? All right. But the House refuses to go back in session. Why are we in recess? Because the day we come back into session, I have 218 votes for the discharge petition to force a vote on releasing the Epstein files. Speaker Johnson doesn't want that to be the news. Damn, what's up with Johnson, man? So there you go. There's some Thomas Massey. So that they were waiting on one vote. They were at 217. They got 218.
Always. Right?
All right. What did we cover this morning?
The
All right. We did the Coinage Act today.
yes.
So the Congress shall have power to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and a foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures. That's what we were talking about yesterday. No state shall make anything but gold and silver coin as tender of payment and debts, unless we use the immigrants to force everybody into the digital, to accept the digital thing, so that the immigrants can't work anymore.
Right. That's what they're using over in the UK as the excuse, right?
You're right. I think somebody called that out here recently. think it was Joe Rogan brought that up right here.
The thing is, in other countries, they just are. Like in China, they just are.
They already have the social point system.
Social credit score?
You have social credit score.
Oh, yeah. So if you jaywalk and they get a photo of your face, so they have biometrics, they get a photo of your face, they know it's you, your thing gets dinged, now you can't buy a plane ticket.
It's like Black Mirror stuff.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah,
It's
it's just like
reality.
that. Well, they're passing that in the UK right now. In the UK, you need a digital ID to combat, ready for it, illegal immigration. Well, motherfucker, you let the illegal immigrants in on purpose. Like, you guys knew what you were doing, and now you're using it as a justification for digital ID.
Did y'all hear that? Is that the immigrants on purpose so they can justify the digital ID?
So
In every country.
What do you think
Not just here.
the immigrants are going to do when they find out they were used by the government?
Oh, I don't know.
Digital ID to combat, ready for it, illegal immigration. Well, motherfucker, you let
Like Black Mirror stuff. Dude.
Yeah, it's just like
reality.
that. Well, they're passing that in the UK right now. In the UK, you need a digital ID to combat, ready for it, illegal immigration. Well, motherfucker, you let the illegal immigrants in on purpose. Like, you guys knew what you were doing, and now you're using it as a justification for digital ID.
I just watched one this morning, actually, it was a British judge. A guy got sentenced.
I saw that, yeah.
For however many years for a
20 months, social media post.
For a social media post.
It's
it was about immigration.
It's getting
complaining
weird,
about immigration.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy. And, it's the best way to control people, and keep them at each other's throats. Like, bring in a bunch of people that the people that live there don't want there and let them duke it out, and then start instituting tighter and tighter restrictions and control.
And there you go, right? So what you're seeing in the UK may take place here, right? They allowed the same thing to
Just setting up the storyline, yeah.
right?
Going downstairs.
And you have that story.
Now you
have also Trump says the magic word again. Trump says that insurrectionists are burning Portland to the ground. This is not an accident. Trump and his administration are beginning to use the word frequently for a reason. The Insurrection Act is coming. Right?
The ground.
We'll play the audio, see if y'all can hear it. Let me switch screens real quick. Oh, add screen. There we go. All right. Can y'all see that? Yeah. All right. Here we go. We looked at Portland. There's nothing going on there except for some kind of movie they're filming on a couple city blocks where it looks like Antifa and the ICE are clashing and all that shit. Well, that's only happening on a certain little filming location.
Yeah.
But I went and looked, and there's it's not what the media is making it out to be.
Right. Same thing with Chicago. They just had a little group of people protesting, but
Right.
nothing,
Like 50
really
people.
anybody.
But they're
They just
saying,
had signs, right?
but they're saying it's burning.
Yeah.
They're burning Portland.
Well,
It's
they
staying.
caught them using footage from several years ago when they did have riots, right?
Oh, so they're trying to lure him into sending in the military,
Right. Yes.
and he's not taking the bait.
That's right.
Portland is burning to the ground. You
Portland's not burning to the ground. But anyways,
have agitated insurrectionists. All you have to do is look at the television, turn on your television, read your newspaper.
he's telling you to turn on your TV and to read your newspaper. It's burning. But when you
Right.
go look at the footage,
He's telling you who's doing it, right? So do the opposite Turn off your TV.
Go
Don't read
watch
the
Fox News.
newspapers.
Go watch Mark Levin. He'll tell you what to think.
It's burning to the ground. The governor, the mayor, the politicians are petrified for their lives.
Mr. President,
And you have a judge like that, he ought to be that judge ought to be ashamed of himself.
All right, so the Insurrection Act of 1807, right? Is that what we're talking about? Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus, which they said is really out the window, right? Because that was to protect the foreign entities on the land, right? That was to protect them.
All right, so the Insurrection Act of 1807 is the U.S. federal law that empowers the President of the United States to nationally deploy the U.S. military and to federalize the National Guard units of the individual states in specific circumstances such as suppression of civil disorder or insurrection and of armed rebellion against the federal government and of the U.S. The Insurrection Act provides a statutory exception to the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878 that limits the president's deploying the U.S. military to enforce either civil law or criminal law within the United States. After invoking and before exercising the powers authorized under the Insurrection Act, Title 10, USC 254 requires the publication of a presidential proclamation whereby the U.S. President formally orders the dispersion of the peoples committing civil unrest or armed rebellion, which I think it's a dude that was wearing a frog suit down there singing to the ICE agents today. So
Yes. Which is an arm of the federal government, right?
So the Defense Department guidelines define Homeland Defense, quote unquote, as a constitutional exception to the restrictions of the Posse Comitatus Act. Therefore, the political, military, and police measures necessary to protect national security from external threats are exceptions to the restrictions of the Act. The Act empowers the U.S. President to call into service the U.S. Armed Forces and the National Guard when requested. So we just went over all that. That's that. Right? They've been throwing that word around quite often. Oh, so non-compliance will not be enough the next time around. So you should be actively preparing now for like maybe off-grid scenarios and creating parallel services with your alliances, neighbors, and family.
Right.
Which is we're ahead of the game here. So the honey traps are a big problem in this movement. They're using the women like the lady in the red dress and the Matrix. So Israeli rabbi blesses honey trap sex for female spies. This is in October 11, 2010. This is actually, this is coming out. So an Israeli rabbi in 2010 has blessed the use of female spies in the honey trap or honeypot stings against terrorists according to study called Illicit Sex for the Sake of National Security. The ruling by Rabbi Ari Shabbat, contained in a study published by the Zumat Institute, was first reported by the news agency.
Yeah, they've been using that forever.
At DPA, yeah. Right. Ain't that the same thing that Epstein did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so the honeypot influencers are here, folks. The lady in the red dress, or they even have gay guys as well. They cover all bases, all different sexuality, nationality, you name it. They got. We're gonna play this right here from Shipwreck. This is East Texas. I'm still trying to figure out where this location's at. Love that I get to call this place home, she says.
Hey, listen, I need to talk to my guys out there, okay? I need to talk to the men. I need to talk to the men that are part of this group that are pushing back on the Israel stuff. I need to bring something to your attention. Do you see it? Who am I kidding? Of course you see it, and you're not seeing the East Texas view. This is Isabella Della Luca. She is on the list of influencers that are being accused of being part of the 7K Club. For reference, she posted this. Now, you guys have all heard about the honeypot theory, correct? Where the government from whatever country finds a hot young something and then finds somebody who is influential to the American people or to the people of the country, and they get that hot young somebody to get that other person to fall in love with them so that they can control them from the outside. The government can control them through the honeypot, essentially. But what you're seeing here is a honeypot of influencers. There might be another name for this. This might already be information out there. I don't have time to go look this morning. But what you have is a bunch of influencers who are pushing pro-Israel propaganda in your face and attacking you for your stance on questioning Israel. And then they're also posting thirst traps. Like, she could have posted just the picture of the burger, her holding the burger up and smelling, but she didn't. And the gay men, you're not excluded from this either. Here's your boy here that went to that meeting with Netanyahu. Now notice he set the thumbnail for this video, because notice the video. When you click on the video, it takes you right into his thing. But his thumbnail is set to him. They know what they're doing. They know who their target audience is. Went off grid to the mountains of Colorado. No phone service, no TikTok, just lots of reflecting and prayer. But where's the mountains? Where's the mountains? Where's the mountains, ma'am? Don't even get me started on the queen bee of this honeypot, okay? Where's your cup of joe at? Oh, it's down there, kind of out of the picture. Okay, yeah. We know what we're looking at here. They know what they're doing, and they know who their target audience is. And their target audience is weak men who have zero impulse control over their urges. And they're all over in their comments. Ooh, nice. Ooh, and then you're giving them exactly what they want, simultaneously boosting their reach and boosting their message. Y'all know the saying, weak men create hard times, right? Hard times create strong men. We're in the hard times create strong men, and there's some weak men that are going to get left behind if you don't shape up. You were mad about the whole feminist thing and how feminism pushed out the real men. Well, now is your opportunity to step back up and be real men. You need to recognize this for what it is. Clickbait whores who are also pushing Israeli propaganda. And if you don't start calling it out and you don't start showing them that kind of shit's not going to work anymore, then we're going to end up deeper in than we were before. And for anybody else who's like, you're just jealous. Girl, please. Ma'am, I am rock fucking solid. I walk around this house looking like the female version of Adam Sandler, and my husband still wants to jump my bones every chance that he gets. I am rock fucking solid. I don't need the attention from weak men on the internet, but thanks.
Nicely put.
I guess we need to start changing our thumbnails, Miss Sheepdog. Maybe we need to do the at the beach, looking at the mountains with a cup of joe way down at the bottom. So the honey traps, right? That's why you see most of the central casting actresses, you know, like Bondi and
No.
who? I ain't thinking about Bondi, but all the other women that's in this movie, they look like actresses, Hollywood actresses, don't they? Right, all the Republican women, and they always say that our Republican women are hot. They're so hot. Oh, and Christy Nome could rock my boat any day. Like that's what that's for, dude.
That's really gross.
Huh?
That's really gross. Still, I feel sorry, everybody.
Deadliest terror attack on the United States. The day caught Americans off guard and put the country in a state of panic and uncertainty. I'm Christy Matino. In the days and weeks after 9/11, many Americans were living in fear of another attack. Experts were on guard for anything that could come next, such as something
this was on TV today. I don't know why I didn't go to.
You were fine.
Oh, was it?
You were fine.
I wasn't showing the screen. I guess. All right. So this was on the news today. I found it quite weird that they were showing. If everybody can see this at the bottom, anthrax attacks, original TV coverage from 2001. This came out today on Fox Live now from Fox 10 hours ago, which is a weird thing to celebrate in October, or not celebrate, or to remember or cover in October. Right. So I want to play maybe a couple minutes of this to show you what I found.
Discuss that question. In the meantime, here's a report that shows the panic and fear in those first few weeks, especially among New Yorkers who began.
Did y'all hear what she said? The panic and fear.
Stockpiling emergency supplies.
Panic and fear is what got people to start stockpiling emergency supplies. And I
Echoing.
hear me echoing. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm echoing.
It's because now in living in New York City, right, where I think before September 11th, what happened was inconceivable. Now in my mind, anything is conceivable.
I don't think it's a question of whether it's going to happen. It's simply a question of when it's going to happen and where.
It's no surprise then that Americans are stocking up on emergency equipment in case there is a bioterrorist attack.
Yes, we sell gas masks.
Federal officials advise against making such purchases, but Richard Geist, the vice president of operations at Uncle Sam's Army-Navy store in New York City, says that's not stopping anyone.
Normally, out of a location like this, we would sell 3 or 4 a week, and now we're selling 300 or 400 a day. Every 5 minutes, we get a call, at least, on both lines, 800 number. It could be from England, Florida, Canada, California, all over, and local calls.
People all over the country are looking for ways to protect themselves and their families. On the internet, an increased demand for water filters after reports of threats to the nation's reservoirs. Sales of Cipro, the antibiotic to treat anthrax infections, also has skyrocketed.
Flying off the shelves, yeah, like it was gold. Like it was gold.
But in the case of an actual attack, how much gear is really needed to be completely protected?
So this is for a nuclear biological chemical attack.
I understand people are buying these. I understand they want to be protected. But even the experts say, chances are this isn't going to help you.
It will protect you if you're given time, if there's a siren, if the media gives you warnings. You have to be fully geared up.
This is not the kind of thing that you just whip.
This is what they should have wore during COVID. Maybe right there would have been more like it. Doesn't that look like they wore what they wore? Right. So this was the fear, right? This is what fear does.
Right. Right.
It's kind of like the COVID thing, right? But I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just wanted to play a clip. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, just playing just a little clip here. But I wanted to show the canisters here that I missed. Look at that. Is that the same kind of scene like during COVID where they carry the stretcher out to the...
They did.
This is just like COVID, right? Damn.
They did. It's just like
Look.
on the Truman Show, remember? They said that there was a nuclear spill.
Yeah.
And they're wearing those hazmat suits.
Yeah, look at it. Right there. The Israeli mask and filter 119.
9/11. Yeah.
Got an Israeli gas mask. No, somebody's making some money.
Yeah, they said fear sells, right?
It's $89 for this Canadian gas mask. What's the difference? I don't know, man. That's gonna suck. Oh, he must have had the Canadian gas mask on. That's probably why it didn't work. Yeah, that's what. So I'm bringing that up because that's what they played today. I just found that kind of odd. So just take note. They like to do things like that, like predictive programming type situation. All right, here we go. Let's get back. So we did the honey trap. This is the lady in the red dress. Here's the congressman deep throating his bottle because he was nervous about APAC.
I'm gonna say this here too. We don't have nothing to do with what's going on. Not one thing.
You hear that?
The people who made this bed hard, they are the ones who have to live in it. But they want
to believe we got something to do with this. They want us to get involved, and we don't have nothing to do with this.
the volume.
Everybody have been working and spending and buying and being entertained, and these governments been making the rules, the laws, the guidelines, the executive orders, handling the budget, the left and the right. The people been about their business. So the people don't have nothing to do with this here. This is why it is said, sit down, get some popcorns, and just let everything fall where it.
She's echoing still.
Can y'all hear
The
that?
volume went out.
Y'all can't hear the volume?
Yeah, Nadine, you're still echoing really bad.
She's gonna keep echoing. Let's just move forward with that.
For some reason,
We'll deal with that
the
a little
sound
later.
stopped.
Yep. I don't hear it and I don't see it in the chat, but they can't hear anything.
False. They made this bed hard. Let them figure it out. Because you cannot continue on.
Yeah, it's hard to hear. So we'll go to the next one. That one's hard to hear. We'll share that in the chat. You have to listen to that on a some headphones. I can hear it, but because I have headphones on. All right, so we covered the chickens.
Now you've heard about malware.
Now we're gonna get into.
I'm gonna say.
Here we go.
Just like I knew it would.
Y'all know what Pegasus is, right? Go look it up. You should know. We talked about it 100 times. And the people involved in Pegasus, the spyware used to spy on the people in Israel and Palestine to determine what their stances were politically, I guess.
I have video proof of it. I filmed the whole thing. I couldn't find music long enough for it. It was 25 minutes long, activating the phone and everything, but I do have it documented. Brand new phone right out the box. And here it is. I'm looking at it right here. It's got malware all over it, like I said. I have another phone. I'm going to do it on live. I proved it. It's right here. I already knew it was there. This is what came on the phone. record audio output. It's all there. They can completely take over your device. It's already it's already pre-injected in the phone.
Yeah, he's just showing. It's kind of low. He's just showing everything he's got a brand new phone pre-injected with Pegasus. So he's just scrolling through, showing all the different configurations and permissions. All right.
There it is, but people don't understand the severity of what I just did. I mean, I'm not the video I put out. It's a big deal. I just proved that we are in.
All right.
Now, you've heard about malware and spyware, but let me tell you about Pegasus. Pegasus is the next level. Pegasus is the stuff that you would expect to see in a science fiction movie. This isn't an attachment that you accidentally download from a shady email. You don't got to click anything at all. And that's why it's called a zero-click exploit. That means they can infect your phone just by sending you a message, and you don't even have to touch it or open it. And once Pegasus is in your device, it can record your calls, activate your mic and your camera silently in the background. It can track your GPS position in real time, and it can even copy every password in your keychain, every text, every file, without you knowing about it. And this is real. It's already been used on journalists, lawyers, political dissidents, and even normal private citizens, and it's all without a warrant. And the kicker is, it can even survive a factory reset. So that means once they've got you, you may never be able to get it out. So if you think your phone is compromised, Pegasus is your worst nightmare and the worst case scenario. Turning your phone off might not even stop it, and sometimes even security patches can't stop it. So if you want to know more about Pegasus, if it might be on your device, and what you can do if you think it is on your device, follow me for more. Until next time, stay safe, stay clean, and stay up.
I'm muted. Thank you. All right. So we're talking about Pegasus. Right here it says FBI confirms it obtained NSO's Pegasus spyware but never used it. Not so fast. In today's headlines, FBI confirms it obtained NSO's Pegasus spyware. This is from Stephanie. I can't pronounce her last name. I'm sorry. This was released February 2nd, 2022. The FBI has confirmed that it obtained NSO's group's powerful Pegasus spyware, suggesting that it bought access to the Israeli surveillance tool to stay abreast of emergency technologies and tradecraft. In a statement released to The Guardian, the Bureau said it had procured a limited license to access Pegasus for a product testing and evaluation only, and suggested that its evaluations of the tool partly related to the security concerns if the spyware fell into the wrong hands. The Bureau also claimed that it had never used Pegasus in support of any FBI investigations. There was no operational use in support of any investigation. The FBI procured a limited license for the product testing and evaluation only, it said. The statement marks a direct acknowledgement by the FBI that it acquired Pegasus, one of the world's most sophisticated hacking tools. The FBI's procurement of Pegasus, which occurred in 2019 under the Trump administration, was first reported by the New York Times. It was a stunning revelation in part because the Biden administration has recently placed NSO on a Commerce Department blacklist, saying it had evidence that the company's hacking tools had enabled governments around the world to conduct transnational repression, targeting dissidents and journalists, right? So The Guardian and other media organizations have reported multiple cases in which security researchers say governments have used NSO's tools to target American citizens around the world, including Karine Kanabi, the daughter of jailed Rwanda dissident Paul Rusabagani, and Lama Faki, a senior staff member of the Human Rights Watch in Beirut. Let's see what this says. Once deployed, the user of Pegasus spyware can take complete control of a person's phone, accessing messages, intercepting phone calls, and using the phone as a remote listening device. A person with close knowledge of the FBI deal with who spoke to the Guardian on the condition of anatomy claimed that it occurred after a long process of negotiations between U.S. officials and NSO. It is claimed one disagreement centered on how much control NSO would retain over its software. The sources claimed that NSO usually kept sensors on its technology so that the company could be alerted in Israel if the technology was moved by a government client. So this technology is linked to Israel. But the source claimed to the FBI did not want the technology to be fitted with sensors that would have allowed NSO to track its physical location. But the source also claimed that the FBI did not want NSO's own engineers to install the technology and did not want to integrate the spyware into its own systems. Ultimately, it is understood that NSO and the FBI agreed to keeping the technology in a large container. NSO did not respond to a request for comment on these claims. The FBI was also concerned about possible leakage of any data to another foreign intelligence service. The source said. Source claimed that the Pegasus license was acquired by the FBI using a financial vehicle that was not easily identified as being linked to the Bureau. So could this financial vehicle be okay? So the FBI did not respond to specific questions about its alleged concerns, the financial vehicle it used to procure the Pegasus license, or other details. In the end, the source claimed that the FBI did not actually use Pegasus. They weren't using it at all, like not even switching it on, but they kept paying for it. And they wanted to renew it over and over, but they weren't using it. Who renews something they're not using?
Right? Because
You,
they are.
it was so they kept renewing it, but it was one of the it was a 1 year test project, and it cost about $5 million or 3.7 million pounds, and they renewed to another $4 million. The source claimed, but they didn't use it. The guy says, "Come on, give me a break." So yeah, they dropped $5 million for a 1 year subscription they don't use.
Yep, that's what they were using over in Israel too, right? After or was it right before 10/7?
Yeah.
107. We have 107 coming up here soon too, right?
Yeah. So the New York Times reported that the NSO brought a version of Pegasus to New Jersey in June of 2019 after the FBI had reportedly been offered a workaround by NSO that had allowed a product called Phantom to hack any number in the United States without naming sources. The New York Times reported that the NSO conducted demonstrations of Phantom to the FBI, which the newspaper said resulted in an alleged attack against a U.S. phone number. In a lawsuit filed in 2019, WhatsApp accused NSO of sending malware to about 1,400 of its users. The company has said that about 100 of the individuals who were targeted were members of the civil society, including journalists and activists. NSO has said in legal filings that even if WhatsApp allegations were true, sending malware to about 1,400 of its users. The company has said that about 100 of the individuals who were targeted were members of the civil society, including journalists and activists. NSO has said. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Your headphones came off of here, miss you, dog. Sorry. All right. So in a lawsuit filed in 2019, WhatsApp, I already read that. So we're talking about the 1,400 users that were hacked. The company has said about 100 of the individuals who were targeted were members of the civil society, including journalists and activists. So NSO has said in legal filings that even WhatsApp allegations were true. if it was acting as a foreign agent when its spyware was deployed against WhatsApp users, because its software is used by foreign governments who are meant to use its spyware to fight crime. All right. So it's nothing new, just new to you, right? But Michael Flynn worked with the foreign cyber weapons group that sold spyware used against political dissidents.
Yes.
So that was the issue with Flynn.
Yeah, Heidi covered that last year. She went into depth in that. Yep.
It says right here, QAnon believers don't know how to handle Michael Flynn's ties to spyware firm Pegasus. Michael Flynn worked with foreign cyber weapons group that sold spyware used against political dissidents. Huffington Post. All right. So we'll share this article out. But it says right here, Flynn has some explaining to do on this. You see Trump pointing right at him.
Yeah, right. I think that's what had something to do with his trial. Right.
Right. Here's the videos. We'll share this article. It's got a bunch of more videos on there that you can go watch. We're going to keep it moving. All right. Still on track. We ain't looking back. All right. Let me switch screens here. All right. So that's Pegasus. We got the anthrax thing today. Came on the news. Check. Pegasus.
I
Check.
think they're going to do some type of scare thing.
Got Keating up in the back.
They'll probably maybe throw the whole kitchen sink at us, huh?
Gonna throw the kitchen sink at us.
Everything they got. Nuclear scare event, anthrax, who knows?
We're paying for it.
It is.
Yeah, don't worry about the people that fell for everything that keeps falling for the left versus right thing, guys. You're not gonna. They're pretty much stuck in their ways. So don't waste your energy or time. But stop trying to wake people up who are comfortable in their sour slumber of slavery and the demented devotion to politicians and the left-right paradigm. They're lost causes. Govern yourself, fight for yourself and your family. Personal liberty is the real rebellion. That's from Terror on X.
Your bank cannot foreclose on. We're going to go.
So we did that.
Did you know that the Smithsonian
What's up, everybody? So I'm continuing my travels. Just so everybody knows, we have secured the ground vault square. That's been done. It's been turned over to be given access to the powers that be, and that family has donated that access point for us to use. The church that it's associated with has confirmed the historical record and validated it accordingly. So that access point, that actual North American ground access point has been made available. There's a couple other things I have to do with it, but I want to talk about the National Guard. I want to talk about all this propaganda that you're hearing on the news. First of all, the National Guard has not been federalized. That's why Congress hasn't been asked. The National Guard is national. It's not federal. Congress doesn't have control of the military. Okay? The military is owned by the American people. That's our military, especially the Army and Marine Corps, Land and Air Division, and the Air Force. Congress got the Navy. Go to Article 1. Navy. That's what they got. The federal government got the Coast Guard. When you're talking about the Army and the Air Force, Space Force, okay, Marine Corps Land Division, Marine Corps Street Division with the Grand Army, Grand Military, that isn't Congress, that isn't federal, that's national, and that's American. Okay? Under the Monroe Doctrine, the entire Western Hemisphere is American. That means South America is our responsibility. That's the Monroe Doctrine, 1823. That's the way it works. So all this propaganda, all the news, all they're telling you is that they think that the federal government is the utmost, highest, superior law inside the United States. And that is a fraud. And that's the fraud that's going to be shown when this is over. Posse Comitatus is out the door. Why? Because the American people exiled the U.S. Congress from anything that has to do with anything inside the United States. Congress got the Navy. They can shut their hole. All right? God bless. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Your bank can. Going down rabbit
There's a
holes on this podcast.
there's a lot of stupidity with our freedom.
All right, we already played this one. This was about using the immigrants to bring in the digital ID thing, and the people are falling for it, begging for their own slavery.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop it. Stop it.
Going down rabbit holes on this podcast. Bayer is a pharmaceutical company. Monsanto is a pesticide company. Bayer bought Monsanto. Bayer makes drugs for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto makes a toxic herbicide called glyphosate that they spray on food. Glyphosate, wait for it, causes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, we've come full circle. Big Pharma is in bed with Big Food, and both of them are in bed with our Western health system. None of which is concerned with making cures, all of which is concerned with making customers. Welcome to the circus.
Not something we didn't know, but more information as far as Bayer. And Bayer went all the way back to Germany too, right? During the Holocaust that took place over there. So Bayer's a pharmaceutical company. So now everything's coming full circle. So Bayer makes drugs for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Is this the digital? Oh, no volume for this one.
Yeah, you played that though.
There's no volume. Is this the one you were talking about? This is the one that didn't have volume?
Yeah.
So they're rolling out something called a digital ID. If you don't have one, you won't be allowed to work. No ID, no income, no way to survive. That's the mark of the beast, ain't it? Ain't that what they described as the mark of the beast?
Well, all of it's been described as
Right,
market the beast.
right. But
The cell
I'm just saying,
phones, the
right.
barcodes, the everything that came out they called the mark of the beast. Every president was the Antichrist, right? But it's the entire system. Right?
No ID, no income, no way to survive. Once your work depends on it, what's next? Your bank account, your health care, your freedom to travel? Digital ID might start as an app on your phone, but it ends with total control over your life. And history shows us whenever governments take a new power, they don't just give it back. So we'll share this out. This is no volume.
I don't know why.
Your bank cannot foreclose on you. Not legally, not lawfully, not under the United States Code. There is no provision in Title 12 of federal banking law, absolutely none, that authorizes a bank to foreclose on private, residential property in the several states. So ask yourself, where are they getting the authority to steal your home? Here's the truth. Most state foreclosure laws were written back in the 1800s, when banks actually operated inside a state and dealt in real money, gold, silver, lawful tender. But today's banks, they are federally chartered entities. They are foreign to the several states. They operate under the National Bank Act, not state law. Now here's the kicker. According to Title 12, United States Code Section 25B, Congress says the National Bank Act does not give banks the power to enforce state foreclosure laws. Let me repeat that. National banks are not allowed to use state foreclosure statutes. If they do, the entire action is void, not just invalid, void. So when your bank or their lawyer cites state law in a foreclosure case, they are committing fraud under color of law. They are acting without jurisdiction, and the court has no authority to enforce it. That means your so-called mortgage default is not enforceable. That means the case should be dismissed. Your bank never risked their own money. They used your signature, your credit, and turned it into a book entry loan. Now they want to take your house using laws they have no legal right to use. It's time to stand up. Know the law. Challenge the jurisdiction.
All right, there we go. You want to talk about that?
They can't foreclose on you. They have no jurisdiction, basically. We've talked about this before.
Okay.
That just went over the articles and more information on it.
Right.
Your bank.
All right, so we did the bank.
Your bank.
We did that.
It is almost time. Look to the sky. Look to the...
Hold on, let me mute.
It is almost time. Look to the sky. Look to the spirit in nature and walk in virtue. We are with you. For our healers, it is time to share. Set aside differences and balance your mind, heart, and spirit. Heal your wounds with love. Be kind to yourselves. Don't speak poorly onto your journey. Honor where you are. Honor one another. Know all is witnessed. All is forgiven when you heal. I honor you, each of you. We honor, cherish deeply, and love you so very, very much. Ha-ho.
The ancestors spoke of this time that humanity is currently living. The women and men of wisdom would gather. The rainbow warriors would rise, and the ancestors from the stars would return. Anos chigo kiwa mawag misjid mahtawino ag yakam mausawin ito am sweet yoche. Watastawino ag wistwa kat kahkiwito taka kamstotaka tansi taksuta. Ngwasyo matakino ag asian mahad mahmusahita. Today you see the women and men of wisdom being gathered on the back of Mother Earth from the four races of the human family. And those that walk in two worlds that we know as the Rainbow Warriors are being shown and reminded to go back to their sacred role and responsibility to help the people in their time of pain, need, and suffering. And the ancestors from the stars are being seen in the night sky as they are about to return back to humanity. Kamagwantum matsun migo at kakama kanatukpay kuhton mahiguspauhe taisino. The world is going through this chaos, confusion, and mayhem and destruction for a reason. It is being reminded to change its way of thinking around, and is also being woken up to realize that there is more to life than what humanity has been led to believe.
Plenty of water, beans, squash, that's what they brought and left behind. The next group of Native people to come. That's what you see here. They're deities. If you look at some of these pictographs, they look like aliens. They're not. It's actually, if you take the feathers, the eyes, the arms, the legs off, you're looking at an arrowhead. Spiritual. Spirituality represents protection. Okay, that's what they're trying to speak. One is male, one female. Everything in our culture has to do with male and female, equality, harmony, balance. Man is no better than a woman no better, they're equal. Like they say.
Yeah.
So those hieroglyphs, he's saying that they look like aliens, but they're not. They're spiritual deities. So if you take the arms and legs off, it looks like an arrowhead, which means protection. So they drew things in to describe spirituality. They drew it little figures, but it's all talking about spirit.
Right. And he shows the man and the woman. Right.
One is male, one is female.
One male, one female. One is male, one is female.
Our culture has to do with male and female, equality, harmony, balance. Man is no better than a woman no better, they're equal. Like they say.
Alrighty.
Their culture, male and female, both equal.
And that brings us to the part of the show where we bring in Cheating's video here. Got plenty of time left here. Let me get that to that screen real quick. We want to thank everybody for this journey, walking with us, and we have a lot more people to help along the process, including people in our own tribe that are struggling right now. So we're going to come together and keep doing that, doing what we've been doing, helping each other throughout the process. It's been a beautiful ride. We've had some wins and we've had some losses, but we're still here. All right, let's go screen 2. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, this one's 30 minutes. We'll finish out the show with this. This is from Cheating. He's got his mask on, don't he?
Hello, Truth Tribe family.
Well, let me mute out real quick. Make sure we're muted. Love
I'm in disguise. I'm just kidding. You know, back in the day, this was my mask. When I had to wear the mask, because if a customer paid me $1,000 a month, I would just put this on. And it was cold, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, excuse me, sorry. I'll just, go like this, and then to get through the door, and then do this. So that was my mask. I was just being funny too. I really want to do a video. I don't feel it's right, but I do. I don't feel like the time right now is right, because I wanted to finish the chat, which I have 3 hours left. I also wanted to watch the Muhammad one thing and another one. So I actually needed to watch like 5 hours of videos before I did this, but I should have did the video when I was at the lake when I was leaving, because that's when I felt the best at that time. But I'm glad I didn't, because I had a couple more things that I wanted to put out there. And by the way, man, did I miss a good chat today? Dang it. It said notify me, and I notified it, and it never notified me. And so, Mickey, next time, text me, please, if you don't see me. But, and I got sunburned, so I'm a little glossy and stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, this video is pretty cool, okay? The last two I did were pretty chill. The first one, whatever, but this one, I could tell this one's different than talking about masks and doctors and blah, blah, blah. So, real quick, man. I love you, family. The Truth Tribe 88 family on the Roar Room on Rumble. So, and YouTube. A thumbs up for each one. So I closed out the season. Trust me, I'm going to talk about some stuff, right? So I closed out the season yesterday with my fishing from June to today, which is 10/4, October 4th. And if you mirror it, it's 4/10. I used to talk on the CB radio as a kid and stuff, and you'd say 10/4, right? Sheep says it. Sheepdog, Mr. Sheepdog says it. So if you mirror it, 4/10, that used to be the same thing. So they mean the same thing. But, yeah. So anyway. Man, I want to get this good. Because it's different talk. So, you know, I hear a few new things, which nothing's really new. It's like how are they going to disclose things? You know what I mean? How do we tell the people? You know, who's making the decision to say, man, we got a problem? How are we going to tell the people? You know, what has happened to them? How are we going to tell them? But who made the decision to even say, we got to tell them? But then we're only going to give you 40%. Really? 40%? So we're still 60% being lied to? I want the whole damn truth. The whole truth. Not 99.999. I want 100% truth. The whole thing. I'll make that decision if I can handle it or not. They should have a thing you could sign. Do you want the truth? If you want 40%, go to door number 2. If you want 100%, go to door number 1. But I want 100%. And then again, who's making this decision? Okay, so you have, you know, like, you have just entertainment purposes only, right? Right. That's all this is, right? Psyops, optics, speculation, learning. How can you learn who you are if you're being lied to? Well, I think that comes within. That's me. It comes within. Like, I'm going to learn who I am through my conscience. That's what I feel. I'll listen to stuff and filter things. But I don't think nobody's going to tell me, like, everything about who I am. I'm learning who I am. We all are. But if I depend on somebody else giving me 40% to tell me, disclose the information, it's like, so if you have government or reptilians, you know, running the country, and some of them aren't, but some of them are clones, and some of them wear masks. That's why I put this mask on, because I couldn't afford the $60,000 mask that they wear, by the way. So yeah, so it's like trust, like who made the decision? You know what I mean? Now I could see if it was all captured, can't think of the word, but a captured so the reason why I'm like this is because 5 hours sleep, actually, excuse me, Thursday night was 3.5 hours sleep, to the lake, came home, did things real quick, then 5 hours sleep, to the lake, so 10 hours sleep, and I've been gone for probably 40 hours doing fun stuff. So yeah, so they say, we gotta tell them. Well, who's telling you? Are they telling Ben Fulford to help disclose the truth? No. Who? Where do we get the truth from? And is the truth the truth? I think it has to come within. Excuse me. I'm gonna really try hard to do this video good, guys. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. The things I heard. Some things I heard are kind of like disturbing, but it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. I already know. I already know what they did, and there's more. I guarantee you there's more. Like Mike said, ET ancestors. Well, that stuck with me, and that's where I get the ET ancestor thing from. And then I also heard our brother Mike say, we are the aliens, right? And we all trusted what Mike says, I mean, I don't have to believe anything, but I believe it because it resonates with me. If it didn't resonate with me, I would be like, oh, bullshit. No, but it resonates with me. I believe we have the ET ancestors, and that's why in chat, I want to fix something here real quick, too, because I don't want people looking at me like I'm damn weirdo. That when I was saying, like, I had a dream that I was 1/3 hybrid. Oh my God. Is cheating good? Well, the thing is, I could have been watching an Alex Collier video asleep, and it got in my subconscious mind, and I woke up thinking I'm a 3rd hybrid. But the thing is, what happens if, like, some of the 60% disclosure that they might not do, that we're all 1/3 hybrid? You ever thought about that? How many would handle that? How do you know you're not? Or how do, not you personally, but how do we know? I mean, how do we know? I mean, our DNA's been compromised. So it's like they're going to put the strands back or do whatever, right? So how do we know? I mean, only 10 people in the world, from what I hear, know the whole plan and know everything, and 3 of them aren't military, right? There's some regurgitating some old school stuff there. So what happens if they did do the whole disclosure and everybody found out that they were 1/3 hybrid? Like, if I know sheepdogs and everybody else probably knows more about the DNA stuff than I do, you know what I mean? But, like, why would they have to fix DNA? Because it's been compromised? Well, what's it been compromised with? Who knows? But that wouldn't bother me at all, because I know spiritually that I'm good. I really had a lot of emotions driving home today, man. I kind of wanted to be in tears, and this is why I do what I do, because, like, talking to you guys, man, dude, you guys made me so frequency so high, and I was at the lake by myself. I couldn't get into the frequency with my brother there, even though he loves the way I talk. He thinks I'm like this wisdom goddess, My brother's really been smart all his life, blah, 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 blah. But that's what he said. But but so it's like, yeah, when Mike said, we have ET ancestors, I believe it. I mean, there was a civilization or few here on Earth and whatever else is in the celestial lands. I mean, I heard there's like 127, continents or whatever. I don't get everything right because, you know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot, or the spin-offs or something, you know what I mean? But we are the smartest ones. We just don't know how to use it. And we're learning. That's why I say when people say, oh, this could take 3 more years, oh my God, it's like, no, it's going to take the rest of your life, because we are the babies of, like, not of learning this technology and everything that's been around for a long time. I mean, you could have 8 lives and be billion years old. You know what I mean? So, like, basically all life's just begun, basically. That's how I feel. Oh, by the way, I think my eyes got sunburned. Plus, I came home, took a nice warm shower. So, they're a little crazy right now. It's okay. I don't care. I just wanted to share that. And Amos, don't compliment me. Just kidding. Just kidding. You can. You helped me out a lot today with that. And Sheepdog, you were funny. I only listened to the first hour. You said 3 things that made me crack up. I missed a great chat. Dang it. I would have had a lot to say, man. It was probably meant to be. I still got 3 hours left. But anyway, so, going back to Mike saying his, ET ancestors, and we're the ETs and we're the white hats, right? You know what I mean? And then there's no Jasara, it's just Nasara. I mean, there's a lot of things, but it's okay. No one's right or wrong. No one's perfect, which I hate that. Nobody's perfect. Except Jesus, and then we hear about all that too, right? Except God. And then I hear people say there's no God. Then we have Creator and Source and Father, right? I mean, we're learning our stuff. It's cool. But I know we're just doing the best we can, man. And I'm not telling you guys that. I do these videos to kind of help me out too. You know what I mean? If I get stumped or have emotions, I'll play my video and watch it and crack up sometimes too, and be like, that's cool. I'm my own reference. I'm my own everything. I really depend on me. I really do. And if we've had past lives, things clicking in my head, I know something. I do. That's why I say things are greater. And things are even greater than the greatest of the great. I guarantee you that. How do I know that? I just know. There's something, man. There's just something. Like I was just looking at my red bricks right now, and people say, oh, red bricks, oh my God, they have this and that and that. Really? I mean, I'm sure they do, but it's deeper than a brick ribbon. You know what I mean? The red brick ribbon. It's just way deeper than that. I think it's even way deeper than the stained glass windows and the bells, We already had that with the healing and stuff, but there's something deeper than that too. I mean, there's something greater, great. I mean, look at even the old buildings. It's greater than that. Like, look at Tartaria. But then, like, maybe inner Earth, there's like crystals, like crystalline, like your pineal gland. That's some serious shit right there. That's a crystal that's been calcified. You know what I mean? It goes way, way, way deeper. I know this. Something tells me. I know this. There's a guy, okay? And I'm gonna say it, man. And you would, no one who hasn't heard him 7 years ago. I forget somebody said it in chat too. He's with he came on a show. He went on. Used to go on this girl's show, and I can't remember her name. But you'd have to, you know, go 7 years back to even see, because if his name's Christian 21 and Sibley 22 is his two channels. So his name is Christian Sibley, and he's from like the UK. And when he first started his stuff, you couldn't understand him. He had such an accent, and he didn't know how to read or write. But boy, that dude know how to draw on a damn wall. I was tripping on the stuff he was doing. Like, it caught my interest. Like, I was just in the beginning when I, so like, 10 years ago was with the Trump thing and everything like that. But then 8 years ago when I go back, and he was drawing stuff that no one really even talked about yet. And I knew some stuff. And he, I resonated with him, man. He sparked my interest. And I watched him, and man, I was glued. I looked high and low, man, just like Negative 48, man. I searched high and low for Negative 48, but then I searched high and low for Christian 21, man. I couldn't even, when he'd say his name and stuff, I couldn't even understand him, And then I play videos from him. They're like, nah, dude, I can't watch it. I don't understand him. But, I did understand. I did understand him, but I couldn't understand him when he said his name, and I searched high and low for that dude. And he'd only come on that one lady's show from time to time, and then I'd catch the stuff. But I've been following that guy, and I don't listen to him much anymore because I'm trying to talk louder because my last videos I think were a little quiet. So I found him, and man, I was glued, man. And I listened to this dude, and the stuff he was saying, man, is just. It's not out there, but I mean, to other people it would be. But no, to me, it's true. Inner Earth and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff, man. But then, as he went on, there's a show called, like, on Rumble's A Love and Light. And then they'd have guests on. It's another guy running a show, but Christian goes on there, and then they bring people on camera, and they all talk. Kind of like what we do in chat. So they're the only ones who are doing that. And then, you got to be on camera. See, you have to be on camera to talk. And to me, it rings a red flag. I don't mind being on camera or whatever, but obviously. And then, but they won't let you talk unless you go on camera, But I mean, they're all. It's more, to me now. It changed to more like fairyland, like big time fairyland. Like they're not fake, and I don't want to say anything bad, but. I use my own discernment and judgment, and I'm very good at that. And it just seems like it's like fairyland. And when you got to be on camera to talk, I get it. They want to make sure you're real, but then you got the face recognition stuff. So it's like, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, it kind of raises a flag. But the stuff that this guy talks about is the stuff I'm starting to hear now. You know what I mean? Like he said stuff 6 years ago that we're starting to talk about now. This is why I feel when I watch that one video that I haven't posted yet, with Young Elder, which some of you might have seen it, and then Miss Sheepdog discussed this earlier about the programming in your brain, and when things get revealed, they can make people crazy or have some crazy thoughts, and Sale Asylum, whatever you say that, and then stuff like that, and then see, and when that comes about, like not comes about, but that's like out now and disclosed, and people are talking about it, I think that they've been doing that. So it's like a reverse psychology thing. It's like, okay, we're going to make the bad people, think bad thoughts. And, that's how we're going to, it's like a mirror thing. It's like, this is how we're going to tell the people that this technology is available when we've been using it on some people for many, many years. if that makes sense. And I think it does, and I want to repeat it so people get it, but I think that makes sense. You know, instead of saying, here's what we've been doing to a lot of people, they're going to say, we're going to do this to the bad people. You know, and most people will say, oh man, that's crazy. They're going to lose their minds. They're going to go crazy, da da da. You know what I mean? What are they going to, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's how they did it. That's how they're doing it. You know, we're doing it to these bad people, but for decades we've been doing it to the good people. Or some good people. Or someone who, I mean, can they make somebody do a school shooting? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, that's my thing on that. And that came in my head in the shower. You know, that's what happens in the shower. That water trickles over me. I'm a water dude. I'm around water in the garage making water, salt water. I'm around the mineral water. I'm around purified water. I'm around lake water, shower water, and Epsom salt bath water. Water above, water below. I can't get away from water. And I need to be around water. I have to. That's why I'm a little sad. No more lake for probably till January, because I got to take a break and take care of some things. And that's good. That's good. I had a good closure with my brother and stuff. And the thing is, we got Red October, we got November, we got December. So I'm going to take a lake break. They're going to stock trout. It's big, nice trout. And I'll go there in January. I'm going to take a lake break, regroup, get my thoughts together. Remember, I had a date before, somewhere December 21st of something. You know what I mean? You don't even know what to believe. You don't know what's real, and you don't know what's true. And when you think you know the truth, someone comes out and it's not the truth. And then door number 7, door number 12, door number 5 is like, what door do I pick? You know, it's like, if you get on the ship, don't get on the ship. That's what Christian 21 says. Get on the ship. See, so my thing is using my own discernment and stuff, because he's the only one I've heard say that. And I think Miss Sheepdog did bring it up. So other people now, see, like I said, he said get on the ship like years ago. 5 years ago. Maybe 4, whatever. And then now it's coming out, get on the ship. So I'm sitting here going, I heard that 4 or 5 years ago, whatever. And then now it's being discussed. So it's like, I've heard stuff earlier, right? So I guess I have some credibility, you know what I mean? Just because I heard it doesn't mean it's true, but like, why is it coming out now when I heard that 5 years ago? No one talked about getting on a ship 5 years ago, did they? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't hear it. So it just trips me out, and I'm glad I'm able to do these videos. And what worries me is, you know, I only can really talk like this when I come home from the lake, when I'm exhausted. And it's fun. And that's what I'm here for, man, is fun. So it's like when I don't get to go to the lake, I got to just see what happens day to day. Like, if I don't go to the lake, am I going to be able to talk like this? You know what I mean? It's okay. And then, like, when you hear things too, like, you know, time travel, portals, stargates. You know, Trump's a time traveler. Maybe. What makes him so damn special? What makes any of them special? They're shit. Vote for POSs, man. Nobody should ever vote. We were told that. Remember Mike? He was so cool. I remember when Trump won, he goes, I know Mike, man. He was sitting there with his hand on the button, man. He's like, boom! Israel just won an election. At first I was like, what? But now you're like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's what Sheepdog said on the chat today. That was so funny. He's all, Israel's at war with themselves, you know. That was funny. You cracked me up today, sheepdog. That was cool. So anyway, time travel, right? Like you could say anything and we'll believe it. But I mean, is time travel a technology? Probably. Is Looking Glass? Is it true? Probably. Are they using it today? Yes. And when all this is done, they're going to get rid of that. But that's what I heard. Is it true? What's not? What is? Again, I ain't even mad. Just expressing myself. Oh, by the way, someone said in chat that, what about the rockets? You know, well, the rockets end up going to the Bermuda Triangle and crashing. They never make it up there. It's just a show. Rocket Man. How do I know that? I don't know. Makes sense though. Anywhere you can't go, right? Can't go. You stay away from the Bermuda Triangles. You can't go to the outer edges of the ice wall, ice shelf. You can't go to certain places of the Grand Canyon, right? We discussed that. But it's like wherever you can't go, that's where the bitch and shit is. And then like north is down. That's inner Earth. Yep. And then I heard you could walk to Mars. If you walk to Mars, you're going to get a brand new pair of shoes and a brand new backpack and a brand new stroller and a bus. And then they'll, you know, like they brought the immigrants over looking all clean and everything. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff, huh, guys? How are they going to disclose it? And who's making the decision to disclose it when we're still under a corrupt system? You know, white hats. Then I hear there's no white hats. You know, we're the white hats. Like, who's, I don't know, man. We're being really misled right now. That's why we have to use our own discernment and be really smart. We don't have to, like, dissect everything. I mean, it's cool that we do, and we should. But we don't have to, like, let it get, you know, clustered up in our heads. Because it does mine. I'm just trying to help, you know. That's what I'm here for. Like many others, doing the best we can. So there's a few more. I should have taken some notes, but this is all off, just coming off the top of my head. When I left the lake, like right now it's 9:50, and I left the lake at like 6. So I mean, this has been in my head for 3 hours and 50 minutes and 33.
I guess that was that. So 3 hours and 33 minutes has been in his good video.
Yeah.
Awesome, cheating. I guess he's gonna post this in the chat.
Or I can post it, whichever one.
Sheepdog, are you muted?
No, I'm right here. Check, check. Can you hear me? Hit a 5x5 in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. What else we got? It's gonna be a busy week this week. Again, uh, everything's lining up. Everything's full speed ahead, regardless of you know, especially the things that we can't control. So we just need to worry about the things that we can, and let's keep supporting each other throughout this process and being there for each other. We have tomorrow morning we have another chat please join us at the chat.
Oh, update on Scruffy Lou. She's back home.
Oh, Scruffy's back home.
Yes, GLENDIA is on her way to.
The dogs are so the dogs are good.
The dogs are good. So everything worked out. The nurse was an angel. She went to her house and fed the dogs.
There you go.
And she used to be a worked out a kennel. So she had a pit bull herself, so she knew how to handle them. So that was awesome.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody. We also want to thank the nurse for helping out and going over there and feeding Scruffy's dogs while she was in the hospital, getting everything checked out. So that's good news. A lot more good news coming this week. There's a few more videos I didn't play tonight that I will get to tomorrow. That's going to help out a lot. We forgot to share some of those videos that were. If you've missed this morning's chat, we uploaded it to Rumble. If you go to Rumble, you'll see it right here. Let me pull it on the screen for you real quick. I'll show you which video it is. There's a lot of videos that we did share tonight that we shared this morning that you may want to go check out. It is going to be the one with the Phoenix.
Phoenix and the sheepdogs.
Right. Right here, the War Room Project Phoenix. That was this morning. But we'll try to bring some of those topics forward to tomorrow's show as well. Tonight's show is called Resist the Beast. All right.
That's right.
And you can see all the other videos that we have here. Please go check them out. We put in a lot of work, and the chats are even more. If you're getting tired of hearing me talk, there's a lot of more good information coming from others with different perspectives and different knowledge and backgrounds that open up their mics and they share.
Yes.
So I want to thank each and every one of them. Also, if you're on YouTube, please go subscribe on Rumble. You don't have to watch me there, but you can continue watching on YouTube. But the subscription helps out. We are monetized on Rumble, but not YouTube. So not until at least November, I believe, on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate the viewers on YouTube and everyone sharing out. And we are going to
hit the like buttons, please.
Like and subscribe. And we're going to close out. See y'all tomorrow in a few more hours. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Love y'all.
We spoke our truth. We healed with sound. Lifted each other. Secret and pride. Gifts exchanged. Hearts aligned. Roll room family. One of a kind. Red cardinal clan. Wings in the sky. Chief thumbs straight, it keeps the spirit high. Mama's love, our guiding flame. Sheepdog swap, where we honor our name. Room rising, the vibe is alive. We are the change, we thrive and we strive. Heaven on earth, we build and we grow. Carry the roar wherever you go. Take this light, take this song. You are the tribe, you belong. Speak your truth, let it bloom. You are forever. tribe, our crew. To the viewers and listeners, this love is for you. Good night, everybody. Light, love, and truth. Knowledge in your pocket and rhythm in your boots.